So this individual, like everyone, didn't work from home previously, like a lot of people, and found that difficult emotionally initially during lockdown and became anxious about going out at all. And now the thought of going back on public transport fills them with fear, walking around the city centre and being near people at work. Part of them wants to get back to normality, but the other part of them is really struggling with how they're actually going to deal with that when it happens. And the whole idea of wearing masks as mandatory out and about is also making them nervous. So I think this is from the employee perspective. Any tips as to how they should manage this transition, David? David, I think you're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
The best advice I can give overall is for people not to suffer in silence. Too many people, they're scared to open up and be really honest with their employers at the moment. But employers do have to be as empathic as and flexible as and as kind as they've ever been to try and support people at this time. But it's really important that they know how people are feeling. This is very corny, but I've got a bottle of water here. You know, how heavy is that bottle of water? If I put it down straight away, it weighs nothing. If I keep holding on to it, it will get heavier and heavier and heavier. And the longer we hold on to things in life, the heavier they become. And speaking as a mental health counsellor, most of my clients are in therapy because of things they've held on to for too long. It's just really important we talk about stuff, and we're as honest as we absolutely can be. It is a really difficult, challenging time. People will be surprised that if they share their vulnerabilities, how many other people will share their vulnerabilities too. Traditionally, we've seen it as real weakness to talk openly and honestly about our mental well-being. And this stuff is our mental well-being. Every single one of us is going to have mental health challenges. And when you talk about it, other people will talk about it too, and you'll give permission for other people to open up as well. Your boss might be scared to go back. Your boss's boss might be scared to go back. This will be happening at every level across an organization. So please, I'm saying to people that don't suffer in silence. With your general anxiety levels at the moment, if you are still working at home, just a few tips for working from home. Leave the house every day and get yourself some fresh air, even if it's standing on the doorstep or just popping out into the garden. Move around the house every day to re-energize yourself. Most of us don't live in big houses, so we tend to be stuck in the same seat at the same table every day. And it's all about managing your energy levels. Equally, put boundaries around your work as well at the moment, because we're blurring the lines at home between work and home. So know what time your day starts and plan in breaks, maintain social interaction. But equally, with COVID-19 and this pandemic, limit the time you spend watching things that aren't making you feel good. Some of us watch the news too much. The news is generally going to be negative. I've switched off Piers Morgan in the mornings because he does my head in. He makes me feel anxious. I don't always disagree with what he's saying, but he does my nut in, and I've got to protect myself. I was in too many WhatsApp groups. I had so many friends sending me conspiracy theories and things to make me laugh, and they weren't always very funny things. And you've got to protect yourself at the moment. You've got to think about where you're accessing information, who you're talking to. But the best thing is to be honest. Be honest with your employer how you're feeling. Be honest with your boss. And all decent employers will try and work with you through this.